See how much a gunk shot does to this thing. It just one-shots the Ninetales. Huge KO. Huge KO for the Overquill. What is up, everybody? Back with some more Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Regulation G VGC. The team you guys are seeing right now is actually a top 8 team that placed in the NAIC recently, which was about a few weeks back. Or at least when I'm recording this, about a week and a half ago. I don't know when you guys will actually be seeing this. But it actually is a team with Overquill. It's actually the only team from the NAIC that actually placed above the top 32 with Overquill. I think there's only like 4 or 5 teams that actually had this mon on the teams as the one that actually did the best. Got a bunch of really cool stuff on this team, like the Volcarona for like Zamazenta and a few other things. Scarf Landorus from Miraidon and a few other threats this team don't like. Cloak Tornadus, which I think is really cool. Along with the Terra Ghost Kyogre, so you're able to dodge Fake Out. Alongside the Quill for the, I was gonna say Quillfish, Overquill, assuming Overquill. With the Life Orb and the Swift Swim, actually with the Rain Boost, actually doubles your speed. And you also have Acid Spray to pair alongside the Kyogre to help the Kyogre actually get a lot of KOs, which I think is really good. So, if you guys want to use this team, there's actually, I don't know if there's a rental code on the, at least as of now, I'm not sure when you guys will be seeing this, but there's actually a rental code currently still up on the Victory Road website if you guys want to use it, or just use the rental code currently in the video if it still works. I don't know if it still works or how long this team will be up for. I don't have a pace for the team, but that might be on the Victory Road website as well, where they post all the teams from the tournaments. If you guys want to just Google that, it's Victory Road VGC, you'll find it really easily. But apart from that, kind of just going to break this team down for you guys real quick, and then we're going to hop some games. If you guys really want me to continue doing VGC Regulation G stuff as well, leave a like and support the videos going forward as well, because I don't know about you guys, but I'm just really bored of Regulation G. We are not getting double restricted until August 31st, which is over 2.5 months away, which is crazy. So we have 2.5 more months of single restricted Regulation G, and this format is really fucking boring. So if you guys want me to keep on doing Regulation G stuff, it'll motivate me if the videos are doing really well, and I'll keep on bringing them your guys' way at a more frequent rate. But if not, then I'm probably going to start cutting back a little bit more on the Regulation G stuff going forward, because I'm just completely bored with the format. I've tested everything I wanted to do, I've seen everything I wanted to see. It's just really boring. It's just the same fucking shit every fucking game. Same 5 or 6 restricted that are all usually on the top of the ladder. If you're not using a copy-paste crazy good team, or building your own really good team and happen to get really good at playing your own team, then you just get rolled by everybody. Calyrex is still a pain in the ass to deal with. There's so much stuff you need to prepare for. You can't really like team build really diversely either. You're kind of really pushed into a spot to where you're forced to run certain things, otherwise you get automatically rolled by a lot of stuff. So it's not like Regulation F or like the earlier regulations where you can kind of experiment and kind of run some cool stuff every team you make and still do relatively well, because in this format you will get destroyed. So it's kind of one of the main things I just don't really care for about it, and that there's not really much to really do anyway. It's like once you build around one certain thing, there's not really much to really see anymore. So like the few things you want to kind of experiment with, after that, you kind of seen everything. So it only gets to the point where you have like 24 restricteds, and like when more than half of them are pretty garbage that you don't really need to really use, or you're kind of, if you want to use them, you just get destroyed. That leaves maybe like 5 to 8 that are actually viable, and out of those 5 to 8, like once you use all of them, it gets really boring super fast. So apart from that, let's hop into some games. Alright, we actually got a team with Lugia. So my opponent actually has Lugia, Comfey, Sableye, a Clipper, Ogerpon, Stone Form, Rock Form, and Rillaboom. So my opponent for sure brings Blipper here. I think that's what he for sure brings. I'm not really too scared of it, like I can still play around it. I think the main problem is if he sets up screens, that could be a bit of an issue. So I still want to leave Kyogre here. I think Kyogre is still really good into his team. I think my opponent brings Comfey, Lugia, Sableye, and Blipper. I think that's what he brings. Or Rillaboom too. Ain't too bad, but I can kind of play around some of those if I need to. So I think actually what I do here is I'm going to bring the Kyogre Overquill lead. I'm going to bring actually Tornadus in the back. Ain't too bad either. I'm actually bring Tornadus. I'm gonna bring Tornadus here as a lead. Just that way I can taunt the Belibber so it doesn't set up wide guard on me. That'd be great too. I'll bring the Overquill in the back, and I don't know if I should bring the Landorus or the Rillaboom here. I think I'll bring Rillaboom. Looks a little bit better here. If you guys like the videos, leave a like, subscribe, share the video. Really appreciate it. The more you guys support the series and the sessions with the Regulation G teams, the more I'll want to bring them to you guys. No matter how boring it actually is, I'm still going to try to look for some at least decently interesting teams to try to bring to you guys, hopefully. He actually leads with this. I mean, I'm fine with this. I don't really give a shit at all. Like, he can't go for wide guard here either. Kid Strange, that's a cool nickname for a Sableye. Kid Stranger. I might actually have to take that nickname for one of my mons. That's a cool name. And Star Witness, that's a cool nickname too. Guy's cooking with nicknames. Could just go for Water Spout too here. I think Water Spout's what I do. Let's go for Water Spout and I go for Tailwind. He doesn't have Belibber in here either. Like, if he goes out into Lugia, he's going to be taking so much damage. Unless he's Fake Out Sableye, maybe that's what he has here. He sets up screens, though. You're still going to be taking so much damage. I don't even know if you'll live this through a screen. Like, do you even live this? I guess you do with the Sturdy, but, like, the Sableye barely lives. Like, Ivy Cudgel, that's fine. It's bad because I won't be able to taunt the Pelipper if that comes in, but like now look at his team, like I get pretty much a double KO here pretty much. I just go into Overquill here. Screen or not, like you're still taking so much damage. Just Water Spout again here. Water Spout, I don't know what else he really has here. I could just protect on this turn too. I just don't want to get burned, so I think I'm going to protect here. In case he has a Will-O-Wisp. I'm assuming he probably has like Light Screen Reflect, maybe Quash, Knockoff, or like Will-O-Wisp Knockoff or some shit like that. He actually burns the Kyogre, okay. You can go ahead and burn the Kyogre then, but it doesn't do anything. The Ogerpon lives, but I don't know how much it really matters, because I think he was actually better off getting a double down here. I really think so. Ogerpon doesn't really do much for him being around still. I guess if it has Follow Me, maybe. It depends if he has Belibber, though. He doesn't know my item either, so like he might just think I'm Scarfed or like Specs too. It's Lugia. Did he not bring Flipper? Does he not have Flipper on this team? I'm surprised. I'm going to Water Spout again. I'm just going to Water Spout and I'm going to go for Acid Spray here onto the Lugia. I can break his multi-scale and then I can lower his special defense. I think the worst case here is if he goes for Follow Me. I think that can kind of throw a wrench into things here, but he's still going to be taking a bunch of damage. Like, Lugia doesn't do shit to me at all unless it sets up, so I'm not really scared of it at all. It's kind of the main problem with Lugia too, is like it really needs to set up to actually do stuff. Yeah, it's really bulky, but man, its offensive stats are not good unless you fully set up with it. Well, it's taking forever. He's really thinking about this. Break this multi-scale. He's Covert Cloak. It's because he doesn't take any special defense drops, so he's Covert Cloak. Lugia. That's a new one. Goes for Calm Mind, okay. Well, that's kind of a problem because now I can't lower his stats. So that's a huge problem. I think I'm still at like max power or for water spout here though. Chance, is that Blipper? That's comfy. He didn't even bring the Blipper, okay. No Blipper. I think what I should do here is I actually just make this a 1v2. I guess he can go for Floral Healing if he really wants to here. I'm just going to go for Water Spout again. Actually, he has Giga Drain. If he has Giga Drain, that's a problem. I'm actually going to Ice Beam here. I think I'm going to produce him to go for Giga Drain on this turn, then I'm just going to go for Gunk Shot on this turn to get rid of the Comfey in one hit. It's going to be Lugia versus like my entire team. That's what it's going to come down to. I miss the Gunk Shot. Of course I do. Of course I do. Wow, that does nothing. I wish I had the Tornadus around too, because I can actually just go for Taunt on the Lugia, and that would have also been really good here. So I'm actually just gonna... I could Ice Beam again. I think I'm actually gonna Hydro Pump on this turn and see if it does more damage in the rain. And then I'm just gonna Gunk Shot again. He can still win because like my last mount is Rillaboom. I never brought anything else, so... Rillaboom's AV, but if he keeps setting up, he has Protect. It's garbage. I think I still might end up losing this. It's going to come down to like whether how much damage he ends up doing here, how much he wants to really set up. And he has Earth Power. Earth Power Lugia, that's a new one. And he gets the crit might have mattered. Crit maybe mattered, I'm not sure. He's at +2 though, so it still probably did a shit ton of damage to me. That does nothing. Wow, that does nothing. So he has Protect, Floral Healing. He doesn't go for going for Fake Out here either, because if he goes for something that's Triage boosted, it'll actually go faster than Fake Out. So, better off just going for Ice Beam here. Ice Beam, I could go Terra Fire, but then I make himself weak to ground type moves. So I'm kind of fucked here, if I'm being real. I'm really fucked here. And he's gonna go back up and get his multi-scale. I need the Comfey on. I need to try to make this a 2v1, and that's I think the only way I can maybe have a chance of winning. He's gonna keep on setting up too. I have nothing to hit the Lugia with either, unless I force a Terra out of him. It's like the only way I can ever really do anything to him. This has to one-shot the Comfey. If I don't, then I'm fucked. That does nothing. Why does that do so little? That does nothing. I think I just lose. I don't know how I win this one. I think that the real problem here is the Tornadus went down too fast in this game. If I would have had the Tornadus around, I would have been able to prevent all this setup garbage. That's the problem I had in this match. That and the Gunk Shot miss too. The Gunk Shot miss 100% fucked me over here. Because I think Gunk Shot would have 100% one-shotted the Comfey, especially knowing he's not Sash, so... I think the Gunk Shot miss, like the Tornadus going down early was bad, but what will really seal this game for me here is actually the Gunk Shot missing onto the Comfey, because at that point in the game it would have went like a 3v1. I still maybe would have had a chance to win. I don't think there's any way I win now, actually. I guess I can try to Grassy Glide, but I think he just protects here again. He's going to protect and try to get rid of the Rillaboom and make it a 1v2 now. I think that's his play here. If the Rillaboom goes down, there's no way I win. So, like, after this, I'd probably surrender. Yeah, there's no way I win. Gotta love getting fucked. Getting fucked by the little chance to have of missing a move. That's one thing this team really does have a problem with, too. Like, looking at a lot of the moves this team has. Some are fully accurate in the rain, but if you don't have rain, like Bleak Wind Storm and Sandsteer Storm, they both have a really high chance of missing. Gunk Shot, Hydro Pump has a chance of missing. I think there's one or two other moves that are also on this team that'll have a chance of missing that are also really crucial to landing. That's one thing if you guys do use this team, you will get fucked by RNG, and just like I did right here, and you'll get fucked and end up losing because you missed a crucial move. I think if I did not miss the Gunk Shot, I think I would have won the game. That sucks. Fuck you, bro. You got lucky. You got really lucky. You won because of a miss. Fucking hate losing because of that. I hate losing because I miss moves. That's why I hate using Groudon too. Because every time I need to land a fucking Precipice Blades, I always miss and I end up losing the game because of it. I'll see you guys in another match. Hopefully we don't get fucked over by RNG. We'll see how it goes. Alright, we're here with another game. Opponent's running a kind of a cool team. He has Zamazenta, Lapras, Alolan Ninetales, Hydrapple, Quaquaval. Haven't seen that in a long time. And Gouging Fire, so... Opponent's really weak to rain still, though, but it's going to be kind of a weather war. That's what the problem we're going to have here. What I really want to do here, I think actually lead double Landers could also be pretty good. I really want to lead Overqui just mainly because I can hit a lot of stuff on his team for really good damage, especially the Ninetales and the Hydrapple. I think I lead Tornadus, Overqui here. I bring the Kyogre in the back, and I think I bring Landers. It's mainly for the Zacian and for the Gouging Fire. Looks pretty good here. Ninetales, okay. Too bad. I can actually change his weather here, which will be great. I think I'm actually just gonna Gunk Shot turn 1. Go YOLO Gunk Shot here and just change his weather. I could also go Taunt too, but I want to change the weather so he doesn't have a chance to land Blizzard. That's what I really want here. See how much a Gunk Shot does to this thing. It just one-shots the Ninetales. Huge KO. Huge KO for the Overqui. Nice turn 1. There's the Muddy Water. So he actually predicted me to actually switch the weather there, so I don't know why he stayed in. If that was the case, I would have switched if I were him. Is this thing. I'm not really scared of Quaquaval because, like, I have Bleak Wind Storm for you, bud. I think just the main problem is, like, the Lapras, because the Lapras I can't really touch with water-type moves, especially if he's Water Absorb. That's going to be kind of a problem. So I think I'm actually going to Acid Spray here on the Lapras. I'm just going to go for Bleak Wind Storm. Detect, okay. Okay, that's fine. He might actually have Aqua Jet too, which is something he might be trying to go for. He wanted to get me lowered for Aqua Jet. There's a lot to Lapras, so it's so low health now that I don't need to worry about it much more. He gets a crit on the Tornadus. That mattered. For sure that mattered. That sucks. It's really bad, actually. It's really bad. I don't know, does he have any wide guard users on his team? I don't know if he does. I don't think he does. He has Quaquaval. I'm assuming his last mon's probably Zacian. I'm assuming it's probably Zacian. He has no wide guard on his team, so I don't know. I think what I do here is I'm just gonna... I could Water Spout, but I think Hydro Pump here as a single target move is a little bit better, and then I'm just gonna go for Sandsear Storm. I could go for Grass Knot too, but if he has Zacian and I lock myself into that, that's gonna be really bad. So I'm just gonna go Terra Ground here and go for Sandsear Storm. I think it's my play. Protects. Of course he does. Of course he protects. I need to get this double KO onto the Quaquaval. This has to do enough damage to where a Hydro Pump plus this takes him out. If not, I'm probably dead. Oh, it does a lot of damage. Never mind. It actually does a lot. I gotta land this Hydro Pump though. I'm dead. Do I live this? I live on 8. Wow, how do I live? I land the Hydro Pump. Finally, I land something. What a turn. He can still win here, though, because if he has Ice Shard, Lapras does get Ice Shard, I think. So if he has Ice Shard, he can still take me out in this next turn. It's going to come down to what his last Mon is, like what his Terra is. Kyogre is still at full health, too, so like if I think I can outspeed him, I can maybe go for Water Spout, depending on what he has. He does have Zacian, okay. I don't know if Zacian one-shots Kyogre, though. And, like, I'm Scarfed, so I outspeed you. So I'm just gonna... I gotta land another Hydro Pump here. Gotta land another Hydro. This probably ends up getting a double KO here. That's huge. So Landorus was 100% the MVP of this game. I'm glad I brought it. It didn't really seem like the best on paper because he had a lot of ice types on his team. And in the end, like, it ended up putting in a lot of work, especially like late game with him having Zacian and a bunch of other stuff that didn't really have any immunity to ground type stuff. So, not bad. I'll take the dub. We landed all our moves, so I'm happy about that. That's the one thing I really don't care for with this team. A lot of the moves on this team that you really rely on to do damage are really inaccurate. That's the main problem with this team, I think. See you guys in one more game. Alright, here's another game. We're actually going against a rival Kyogre team. I think this is actually also a copy-paste from the NAIC. Because I seen a team on the Victory Road website that actually looks really similar to this one. I'm not sure if it's the exact team. We're going to find out, though. My opponent has no Wide Guard either, and I have no Wide Guard, so we're going to be exchanging Water Spouts here. One is the Kyogre, Wo-Chien, Urshifu, Incineroar, Grimmsnarl, and Iron Jugulus. So I think what I should do, I want to keep my Kyogre in the back here. I think I'm going to lead Overquill. Tornadus looks really good here. I think he brings Grimmsnarl to set up screens 100% here. I'm going to bring the Kyogre in the back. Rillaboom's also not too bad into his team. I just can't really hit the Wo-Chien very much, apart from like U-turn. But I think I bring it here. I think it's solid. I'll bring that. Not really too much for the Volcarona in a lot of these games. I had one testing match where I brought the Volcarona, but even then it really didn't do much. It's more of a mon on this team that's meant to check specific stuff. And we haven't really been running into that on the ladder so far tonight, so... see what he brings. I want to actually... is this actually Scarfed? One of these mons is probably Scarfed. I'm not just sure what one, like what one's Scarfed here. I'm going to go for Tailwind. I don't know what, either I go after the Kyogre or I try to get rid of the Urshifu on this turn. I'm not sure. I think I just get rid of the Kyogre. I think that's more of a threat. And I Tailwind here. Something's Scarfed. That's the thing here. Gunk Shot off. Does a solid amount. Surging Strikes. Yeah, I'm dead. I am dead. Overquill dead, turn 1. I'm pretty sure that this Tornadus is also probably dead here, especially if he just clicks Ice Beam. Even like a Hydro Pump, I'm probably dead. Thunder. Oh, I'm really dead. I live on an invisible Focus Sash. How? How do I live? Wow, that's crazy. I think what I do on this turn here, actually, I don't know if he's Scarfed Urshifu. We're going to find out right here, but I'm actually going to fake out the Urshifu. I'm just going to go for Bleak Wind Storm on this turn. Me living there was huge, because otherwise I'd have to go into Kyogre and I'd still be taking a shit ton of damage from something. So me living is actually really good because I get a free turn of damage on stuff here. So I'm going to fake out the Urshifu. We're going to find out if he's Scarfed or not, and I'm just going to Bleak Wind Storm. can maybe get a double KO here. It depends how much damage this does to the Kyogre. He must just got like a minimum roll there. I don't know. That was a crazy like invisible sash there. I just happened to live like on exactly 1 HP. That's crazy. I don't know. Is he Scarf Kyogre? He might be. Goes into Grimmsnarl. Now he wants to set up his screens. Terra. Okay. I mean, it makes sense because that way he doesn't get one-shot by Bleak Wind Storm. Or he's Terra. Go. So he dodges the fake out. What a play. Wow, what a play. How much does this do though? It's still a 2-hit KO. Yeah, so I think he's choiced. I think he's 100% choice scarfed. He's choice scarfed Urshifu here. I have Tailwind up still though. I guess he also could have maybe went Terra Ghost there to try to dodge like a Grassy Glide, which is also another option for him. I think what I do here is I just go into Kyogre and I just go for Water Spout on this turn though. I Water Spout and I have Rillaboom here. Like I'm still good into his own Kyogre as long as I keep the Rillaboom at least relatively healthy. And he already wastes his Terra, so. I don't know if a Grassy Glide, does a Grassy Glide from this range take out the Urshifu? I don't think it does. I don't know if it actually does. I think with a Tailwind up though, I might be able to outspeed the Urshifu, but I'm not 100% sure. I think I might actually just have to go for Hydro Pump, because I think even with a Tailwind, if he's Choice Scarfed, he outspeeds me still. Unless the Grassy Glide gets a KO on him. I'm gonna still Water Spout though. We're gonna see how it goes. That doesn't do nearly enough. That doesn't do enough. He goes for Thunder Wave. I guess that's another thing he can do. I guess that's another play he can make. That also means though it doesn't have any screens. So like he's still gonna drop on this turn. And like this is not KO1 me at all, so. See how much it actually does. It's reduced power, but it still almost gets a KO on the Grimmsnarl too. See what his last 2 Mons are. I know he has Kyogre, but I don't know what his other one is. Actually, Wo-Chen, okay. I'm actually fine with that. I'm actually fine with Wo-Chen. I'm just going to U-turn on him. I'm going to U-turn on him, and then, if he wants to set up a screen, he can. I guess he can set up a screen. I'm forced to Hydro Pump here, though. I think. I guess I go for Terra Ghost, which wouldn't be too bad, but then I also make myself weak to probably Snarl. So I don't know if that's really the best thing. That does nothing. For being 4 times effective, that legit does nothing. It's crazy. So he's like a Leech Seed. I'm assuming it's probably like Leech Seed, Protect, Snarl, some other like coverage move probably. I don't know. What it's going to come down to, it's going to come down to a 2v1 here, how many times I get paralyzed. That's the game we're going to be playing here, because I don't know if, with a Reflect up, I'm not sure if Grassy Glide from the range that this Kyogre's at, if it actually gets the kill. It may probably still does. I'm going to go for it anyways. If he has Protect, though, he can maybe try to fake me out here. And then I'm just going to go for Ice Beam here onto the Wo-Chen. See how much this does. I missed the KO! I missed out on the KO. And he has Pollen Puff. It doesn't do nearly enough though. If I were him, I actually would have went after the onto the Kyogre though. He missed out an opportunity to go out on the Kyogre and get some huge damage on the Kyogre. Wow. I guess maybe he didn't expect to live. He probably expected that the Kyogre was going to go down on this turn though. I had probably just got an extremely low roll. I don't know. What I'm gonna do here is I'm actually gonna go Terrace Fire. I'm gonna go Terrace Fire under the Whirliboo here. Terrace Fire. If you go for Vortex, that's fine. I'm just gonna Ice Beam here again. It's gonna come down if I get paralyzed too. So this match is gonna be decided by whoever gets paralyzed. I'm hoping I don't here though. If I don't get paralyzed, I have a chance of maybe winning. It's gonna be a really close game. Okay, he goes for Protect. Okay. I'm assuming his Kyogre is probably Specs. I don't know what he switched it out earlier too. I mean, it's not Scarfed. It has to be Specs probably. I do get fully paralyzed, but this actually happens to be the turn. It doesn't matter. So as long as I don't get paralyzed on any other turn, I should be pretty good here because now it's a 2v1, and I have U-turn to do some damage to him plus Ice Beam. And like with Terra Fire, I don't know if there's really any way he can get through the Rillaboom unless he just goes for Snarl. And that's not going to do much damage. He can Leech Seed me now though. I'm not immune to Leech Seed anymore, so that's one thing he can actually do to me. He can possibly Leech Seed Saw me. Still just solid amount, but it's not nearly enough for being like 4 times effective. And I get paralyzed! Oh, this game's great! This is a fucking great game. So now I have to sit here and try to play around Leech Seed stall Wo-Chen. I would have won. If I got a high roll there, I would have won the game. Judging how much the last Ice Beam did, I would have probably won. Gosh, I love getting paralyzed. Now he sits here and he tries to get back to full health again. So now I'm trying to sit and stall his screens out. That's what it's gonna have to come down to. How many turns of screens do you have left so I can try to win? Okay, he has 1 turn to Reflect. I'm gonna go for U-turn and Ice Beam again. Here we go, we're gonna play the stall game. We're gonna sit here and try to stall screens. Just fucking surrender, bro. Don't play this shit with me, just fucking surrender the game. Now the funny thing here is if he actually goes for a double Protect and he gets the double Protect, he might actually win if he gets rid of the Rillaboom. It's crazy. He still can maybe win here. Because I'm at the 27, if he goes for Pollen Puff on me here, and if he lives this next move and I get fully paralyzed again, or if he gets a double Protect and just goes for Pollen Puff the next turn, I think he still wins. That's crazy. It's a 50-50 here if he goes for Protect or not. He has 2 plays he can make. No Reflect now, that still does nothing. Why does it do nothing? Yeah, it's a Pollen Puff, so now I die to Leech Seed. And I get fully paralyzed again! Oh my gosh, this game fucking sucks. I think the game's trying to tell me not to play any more Regulation G. It's trying to tell me and get me away from the game. That's what it really wants, because it's making me really frustrated. It does not want me to win. This is the second match tonight that you guys have probably seen with this team, to where I don't win the game because either I miss all my fucking crucial moves, or I get paralyzed multiple times in a row and it loses me the fucking match when I was already on my way to winning. There's no way I win now. I just surrender. Fuck you, bro. Gosh, I fucking hate people that use that fucking stally garbage towards the end of the game and rely on hacks to try to win. Gosh, I fucking hate it. That is the only way he won there too. He would have fucking died. The guy would have went down there if I would have been able to break through the paralysis and land that Ice Beam. There was a high chance there if I would have got at least a decent roll with the Ice Beam, I would have won. What happens? I get paralyzed 3 turns in a row on the most crucial turns. I don't know, you can't make this shit up, y'all. Let's talk about this team. Alright, as for this team, if you guys want a really cool, probably the best Overquill team you guys are probably going to find. I don't think there's like any other like OVERQUIL team that at least has any type of tournament results, let alone like a top 8 finish. So if you guys want an OVERQUIL team, by all means use this team. I'm not really a fan of this team though, because like I said, I was talking about it earlier too. A lot of the crucial moves on this team that you really need to use to try to win the game or like do anything with this team have a really high chance of missing. Stuff like the Gunk Shot, Hydro Pump, Bleak Windstorm, Sandsteer Storm, even like Will-O-Wisp isn't 100% accurate. All those moves on this team are really crucial for you to actually do all your damage or like shut down certain threats. And if you end up missing on like a specific turn, you can actually just lose the entire game because of it, and that happened to me a few times. So that just for that reason alone, overall, I don't really care for this team. Just mainly because a lot of it's just luck-based, and you're just kind of hoping to land every single one of your moves. And I just don't really care to play that way, unless you're playing like a gravity team, like around Groudon or something. That's not really what I like to play. I like to play like more consistent type stuff. But I don't know, I'm probably just speaking out of my ass that like none of my teams have ever gone to NAIC or like won let alone $5,000 like this team won. So probably all my opinions that I have on this team are probably irrelevant because I'll never make a team as good as this or with the results of this. So whatever. But at least for me personally, that's just what I prefer. I don't really care like the teams that have a bunch of moves that really require you to land them to try to win most of your matches. A lot of your games being decided wins or losses decided off if you land a move or not, which I really fucking hate. So overall, OVERQUIL is a really solid mon. I think it's a really cool mon. Same with Kyogre. I think Kyogre is kind of underrated, but there's also a few other things this team doesn't like going against. This team kind of does not like going against Wide Guard. I went against a few Wide Guard Polippers. There was a Wide Guard Iron Valiant too, with him alongside Miraidon that I kind of struggled with a little bit. I still won the game because I had Landorus, but you can still kind of struggle against some of that stuff. You have answers to it, but like that's kind of the main thing with this team too, because you have a lot of spread moves. So that's another thing you kind of have to look out for. So, and then like I guess weather wars too. If you're going against like enemy weather, like sun or snow or sand or other weathers, that's also kind of another problem for this team if you can't keep your rain up, because this team does rely on the rain a lot to kind of do stuff and maximize damage. So apart from that, if you guys want to use a team, Rental Club in the corner, I think there's probably a paste on the Victory World website somewhere if it's still there when you guys do see this video. But apart from that, hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like, subscribe to the video. Had some really bad luck during this. I think the game's really trying to tell me to go play something else or switch to singles. It really is, because man, I had 2 nasty games in a row where like I just got fucking destroyed by either like missing all my moves or just getting like para-hacked out my ass and losing the game because of it. And man, that is so fucking frustrating. I hate that. It's really frustrating. I don't know what you can really do though. Can't really do much if the game doesn't want you to win the game. So it's trying to tell me to go play singles. It's like, yeah, bro, don't go play any more Regulation G. You need to go switch to 6v6 singles now. Quit focusing on Regulation G. That's enough. That's what it's trying to tell me. So I think I might take its advice. Apart from that, I'm gonna get out of here. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you guys in a future video.